Guide dogs.
Previously on the journey of a guide dog, we found out what guide dog matching and on-class training involves and why it's so important for a future partnership.
I just wasn't expecting it, so then when that call happened, it made it really real.
I have been a guide dog owner for over 20 years now, and I am Professor of Health Economics at Bangor University. I was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa aged 4, and then I was an early adopter of technology like JAWS and iPhones and things like that. So with my work, I've used a lot of that technology. I've always used a symbol cane if I'm out and about with my daughter or gone shopping or something, and I did receive some mobility training from guide dogs. I'm very pleased to have a guide dog, and it has made a huge difference to me. I'm with my 3rd guide dog now. Bailey is a German Shepherd. He's 5 years old. He's great. He's got the biggest heart in the world. It was quite exciting when I was partnered with Bailey. I hadn't met a German Shepherd ever before. He's just a funny, big-hearted dog. I just love the intelligence and the inquisitiveness. We work at the university together. He helps me around on our farm here, and it's a fantastic relationship. It's a family relationship. He's just a brilliant, brilliant dog.
I had always had somebody's arm to go on. Always had my mum or my husband, and to suddenly have to trust a dog. And you're meant to be in charge because you're meant to know the routes, aren't you? And the dog's in a strange place. So it does take a while. And having to do it by yourself for the first time, it was frightening. It must be a good 30 years now since I've lost my sight. I had retinopathy, all to do with my diabetes. It caused glaucoma as well, so I lost my sight very, very, very quickly. Winter is a Labrador Cross Retriever. She was born in 2019. She's an absolute little cracker. Oh, she's absolutely lovely. And you get her harness out and she's there, wanting to go, can't wait to get to work now. Wouldn't be without her.
I'd get really tired from travelling and walking just because of how much of a mental strain it was navigating streets and transport. Even when I take my cane, I'd be really scared to ask for a seat, even though I knew it was the right thing to have a seat and make my life a lot easier. I just wouldn't do it. And I didn't feel like I was actually enjoying the moments in my life. I was having my own identity crisis. I genuinely feel like I had my moments and I was just really, really sad and just couldn't really, cope. I've never had a guide dog before. Hermes is my first guide dog. Honestly, it was love at first sight.
I try and get out every single day because I think the more she works, the more she gets used to the routes, the more she gets used to me. And I either walk up to the village, get the bus into Llandudno. I'm always out. Before I'd have to wait for my mother to come up for me. Yes, I've got my white cane that I can get up to the village with, but it takes ages. It is a good backup because these dogs, if they're not 100%, they have a day off or they're not well, at least I've got my cane to fall back on. But it's so much quicker with a dog. So I'm lucky, the shopkeepers here, absolutely brilliant with me. I just go into the door, say, is there anybody that can help me? And they generally take me around, do what I want, and then off I go. So it's a big difference. I'm lucky I've got support. I see Mum more or less every day. Mum's 92 and she's still running around after me, bless her.
I think I've been really fortunate to have a really great career in academia, and I have done that by having a guide dog. I could go to conferences independently, teach my classes and call on my mum I work my dog every day, and then he has a free run 3 times a week with my neighbour. He has a huge, great beach run, and for a big dog like Bailey, it's really important he has his downtime. Having a guide dog means that I can really stride out and get good exercise. I walk over the bridge with Bailey, which is wonderful. I get the lovely feeling of the morning, walking to work. I really appreciate that more than anything, actually, is that ability to walk quite fast with my dog. And that's really important because I can develop as a person, and even when things are getting more difficult, which they do with degenerative sight loss, it gets more and more difficult. But I have this wonderful friend with me. It's brilliant.
Now that I have Hermes, my life's changed so much because he does the hard bit of navigating around people and obstacles and going around the streets in London. He's taken away so much of the visual strain for me that when I get to my destination, whether it's going out with my friends or to restaurants or doing a kung fu class, whatever it is, I have so much energy because I've not been worn out from the journey itself.
The training doesn't stop at the door when you leave the class. You carry on training and teaching each other and supporting the dog. And the new form of training, the step way, it's brilliant.
That step programme to me is certainly a good thing. The dogs are happy and they're getting rewarded for doing their work. It works so well.
I really like asking the dog to come and touch your hand. That's really important because honestly, you can be standing there shouting for your dog and it's standing there going, I'm actually here. The big thing though is empowering the visually impaired person to have the confidence to keep training with the guide dog. The equipment and support that we get is the harness and the lead and vet fees, so the dog has a checkup every 6 months. And one of the most important things is the food for the guide dog, because guide dogs don't want any financial barriers to anybody to be able to have a guide dog. So that is a substantial amount of support provided.
What advice I'd give? Oh, just go for it. It's well worth it. Especially, it depends on their sight loss. If they're not going out, it certainly gets you out. And you get to meet people. I mean, they might not know your name, but they always know the dog's name. And I'm quite happy. I love going out walking. So I can just go and take myself and have a coffee. I'm quite happy by my own. People are always very good in there, and they get to know you as well.
Life can be great fun with a guide dog. Every guide dog is different. Every partnership is incredibly different. It's a big deal. You know, I think people think a guide dog is just delivered and then you get on with it. If you're visually impaired and you handle a guide dog, that's a skill that you've been taught, but you develop over many years as well, and to be proud of that.
Hermes has helped me feel more confident and has helped me change how I feel about myself. To be able to speak up and stand up for inequality or something that feels unfair is quite powerful, and he's the reason for that. I think the life lessons that Hermes has taught me: live every day by the moment, don't worry about what happened yesterday or the future, just enjoy every moment, and he just teaches me and lets me enjoy life.
Because I'm fond of dogs, I was really grateful to be a long-term guide dog owner, and I don't see my life without having a guide dog. It's very important to me.
We're just so lucky to have guide dogs as a charity, and you know, they've done so much for me anyway. You know, it's given me my independence. I'm up out and all over the place, and you know, I don't have to rely on people now, which is nice. It's just that freedom, you know, just harness a dog up and off we go.
Coming up next, find out what happens when our dogs are better suited to one of our alternative careers.